Bollywood and fusion dance teams from all over North America will gather at the John Hancock Hall Saturday, February 28th to compete in Boston's 6th annual South Asian Showdown. The 3-hour spectacle is increasing in popularity and production values, and here with more details is the organization's treasurer, our good friend Rohit Bhambi. Good to see you again, my friend.
Nice to see you again. Yes, how you doing?
All right, so tell me, was it right saying each year you get bigger and the show gets longer or whatever?
You know, it's just a great show. You know, it's one of those things very entertainment focused, so it's really meant for Indians, non-Indians. If you like dance, that's what it's meant for.
It's very high energy, and I guess in the fall you've got your Bhangra competition, but this is, I guess, even more genres of dance.
Yeah, so with Bollywood is like incorporates all styles of dance, so there's no specific style. Bhangra is a folk dance. Bollywood is anything to choreography. So now this opens the gamut to hip hop, Latin, Indian, anything, African, you name it, they can throw it into Bollywood. So it makes it very entertaining from that perspective.
Now, would you say that dance is India's premier form of cultural entertainment? Or, I mean, here in Boston, I think music is, you know, old music and new music, but it seems that, you know, your dance things here in Boston, you know, just pretty much eclipse everything else.
Yeah, you know, again, dance is a big part of India. You know, I think part of the biggest impacts of Indian culture in our community here is dance, music, and food. You know, so
that's always a good combination.
Exactly. You know, and fashion to an extent, you know, because clothing has also been, you know, getting elements of Indian fusion in there too.
From the videos, people can see that the costumes are very splashy. This is not the way people go around dressed in India, no? I mean,
maybe some people might, but not the average person. But again, very flashy. Again, a lot of like glitz and glamour in their kind of costumes, and you know, even the actual participants themselves. Sometimes I've seen them throw glitter all over their hair and their face, so as they're even moving, glitter's falling off of them. So it's pretty extreme.
Now, where from, besides having local teams, you have them from where? I was just looking at the assortment of nationals.
We have them from all over the place. We only have 2 Boston teams. We have Rhode Island, we have Pennsylvania, we have Maryland, we have Ohio, we have Delaware, we have, you know, basically all over basically Midwest and East Coast this year.
Now, do the Boston teams, do they travel down to Delaware, or is Boston one of the more national Indian dance focus areas?
You know, so we've helped to make it more of a hub now, you know, through our competitions, you know, but there are competitions throughout all of North America. So all of, you know, America, Canada, you know, it's really kind of dispersing everywhere.
Now, what do people look for with a 3-hour spectacle and with different dance genres? So you were saying that there's some traditional Indian things, hip hop and Latino. What do the judges look for a winner? How can you possibly pick a winner? Or is it crowded, the meter with the audience applause?
So, you know, one of the big things is dance at the end of the day, you know? So again, you know, dance elements themselves have to always be accounted for. So synchronization, making sure they have energy, you know, maintaining that energy from point A to point Z of the whole dance, making sure they're bringing something unique to stage. So if everyone's doing the same thing, that gets boring, you know?
Oh, I see.
But these teams bring all sorts of stuff to stage. Like I'm saying backdrops, they do costume changes on stage, they have props on stage. So it's really like watching a theatrical show on stage.
Now, do you post videos after this about the winning teams, or do people have to go to this to see it live at the Orpheum?
So normally,
oh no, this one's at the Hancock.
This one's at the Hancock. Yep. Yeah. So with this one, we normally post videos a couple months down the road, maybe like 6 months down the road, because the teams don't want us to release the videos.
Oh, because they're going to still be
they're going to keep competing.
Dances for the competition.
Yes.
This is sort of like Bring It On, you know, those gymnastics.
Absolutely.
I mean, so do they have flips and acrobatic things?
They do everything. You know, you'll see flips, you'll see stunts, you'll see people twirling, you'll see glitter, glamour, all sorts of stuff, like themes. And again, just about every team's gonna have a theme too. So, and that's the aspect that makes it more Bollywood, you know, because they're dancing to a theme throughout their whole routine.
I see. Now, are you getting more and more non-Indian people to these productions? I mean, I know you sell out earlier and earlier.
Yep. Absolutely. You know, in fact, our target market is becoming more and more non-South Asian because we want, again, our goal here is to promote our culture, you know. So our community takes it for granted to some extent. The general community, with Boston being as open-minded as they are, a lot of people like to see something different, like to see something unique. This is absolutely both of them, and with a very high entertainment aspect to it.
This has to be the glitziest. I mean, even if the Rockettes were here, it just has more energy. One last question: how do you? Is that up to you or to someone else to pace the show so that, you know, maybe you don't want to have the most spectacular one being first, you know, or how do you arrange the order in which they appear?
So this is actually determined the night before at our mixer with all the teams, you know, so this is totally random based on teams actually doing things to actually accomplish that. You know, so, you know, we normally...
They sort of have to audition during the party, the mixer?
It's kind of like auditioning for your position in the show. You know, so they're already in the show.
They're already competing the day before it starts, right?
Kind of, kind of. So they're kind of competing for the best spot in the show.
Oh, okay. Well, I can understand that. Yeah.
So you know, so we don't necessarily control like this ideal team I want here, this team I want here. We just control. Listen, you know, you have the option to go and get your position in the show, but you have to go and do X, Y, Z things to accomplish that.
I see. Well, you spearheading this has brought so many people into it. Now you've got two things, one in the spring or one in the winter and one in the fall.
Yep.
But all right, so remind us, this is going to be February 28th, Saturday, John Hancock Hall. And what time does it start?
It starts at 6 p.m. sharp.
Okay, yes, because you got hours and hours of entertainment.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure to see you here. Thank you,
Chris.
Rohit.
Appreciate it.
That's it for this edition of Neighborhood Network News. Chris Lovett and the rest of the gang will be back here on Monday night. We hope you'll join us then.